I'm my beloved and he is mine. His banner over me is love. I'm my beloved and he is mine. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. He brings me to his banqueting table. His banner over me is love. And he walks me to his banqueting table. His banner over me is love. And he brings me to his banqueting table. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love. Yashaya is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. Yashaya is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. Yashaya is the rock of my salvation. His banner over me is love. His banner over me is love.
Praise AHAYAH. Children of Israel are here. Mount Hor. We're going inside the tomb to pray for our brother Aaron. Holy land, Qadash. We are in Qadash. And as you know, Mount Hor is at the border of the children of Israel heritage. So we're still within the borders, but this is one of the borders.
Qadash, AHAYAH, sham, AHAYAH, Malak with Ka, Thabat Zawanka, AHAYAH, Baharatza, Kawahaya, Bashamaya, Nathan Lanawa, Lakan Kalyawam, Wasalat Nawa, Khawaf Nawa, Kasalat Nawa, Kawaf Nawa, Thabayan Nawa, Minasaya Wapamba, Hawashin Nawa, Mayarai, Kayalaka, Hamlakwa, Wahala, Wahasapara, Wa'awala.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, amen. Praise the Messiah.
All glory and praise to AHAYAH, AHAYAH, Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. whispers, He won't let you fall. Keep basking in His love and kindness, and His mercy. I never thought that this could happen to me. A highest protection is wrapped all around me. Clouds by day, fire by night. He's guiding me. Oh, it feels so good. The highest love. It feels so good, the highest love, because He set His love upon me. Surely I'm not worthy. How could He choose me for such a journey? His love carries me to the highest heights. Oh, the weight of His love, oh, it just blows me away. Yes, He loves me. He loves me. Make me wanna say, oh, it feels so good, the highest love. Oh, it feels so good, the highest love. I feel your loving arms around me, and I know you're right there, close by. And even when you chastise me, you wanna make me better. I don't question your authority, no. I was on my way down to Hades, but Yashaya intervened. Yashaya, yes He did. Yashaya, He stopped me at the crossroads. He showed me the blood on His side. He said, you could be clean. A higher love. He took all away remembrance of pain. Now that He's found me, nothing is the same. He sent Yashaya down to redeem me. I said He stopped me at the crossroads. Showed me the blood on His side. Yes, He showed me the blood. He said you could be so good. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, it feels so good. So
Sometimes I feel I got it bad. Sometimes I feel like holding back. Sometimes I feel like I can't wait to be alone. And then I think about His grace, His love be flowing from the throne. Can't get enough, and when I'm hurting, I'm bleeding. My spirit calling is pleading. For you, I need you to lead. For you, I get on my knees. This sin is like a disease. When I was weighed up, you picked me right up. The devil came round. He know it's time up. 24 elders bow down with their crown at your feet. Said you are worthy of all praise, and now this battle you defeat. Father, you're worthy of your name. Most High, the Most High, Most High, Most High, Most High, the Most High. Father, you're worthy of your name. Sometimes I feel I got it bad. Sometimes I feel like holding back. Sometimes I feel like I can't wait to be alone. And then I think about His grace, His love be flowing from the throne. Can't get enough, and when I'm hurting, I'm bleeding. My spirit calling is pleading. For you, I need you to lead. For you, I get on my knees. This sin is like a disease. When I was weighed up, you picked me right up. The devil came round. He know it's time up. 24 elders bow down with their crown at your feet. Said you are worthy of all praise, and now this battle you defeat. Father, you're worthy of your name. Most High, the Most High, Most High, Most High, Most High, the Most High. Father, you're worthy of your name.
Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Kana. And first and foremost, I have to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. Shalom. I just thank you. I'm so happy, guys. I'm happy to be here. Praise AHAYAH. I am so excited because we are in a holy feast, the Feast of Purim. This is the second day, Thursday. It's the second day. And I know there's some discrepancies, guys, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But you know that there is some issues going on. And that Israelites cannot get on one accord. But we're going to talk about that later. But I just want to praise AHAYAH for this time. And, it's a very wonderful time. It's a blessed time. It's our holy feast that Most High told us to keep. And I'm so happy to be in this time and, awakened in this day, and to know who we are and understand what's going on. Now, because I have to say that because I remember some years ago back when I was back in Babylon, I used to be crying out, y'all. And I used to be asking the Most High, like, why was I born? Why was I born black? I was just, because I saw that how we were, being treated. I saw it. I could see that just something wasn't right with what was going on and how we as black people, why we didn't have anything, why we didn't own companies like Exxon and American Express and, none of these things. I was paying attention and I can see, and I used to be crying out and I used to be questioning the Most High, like, why was I even born and why am I black and born black, And to see what a difference a day makes, brothers and sisters, to see finding out the truth. The Most High finally took the veils off my eyes and he started to wake me up. And I am so excited, and amazed at this time. And listen, guys, it's a grim time actually, because, we are in the midst of Jacob's trouble. And a lot of things are happening right before our eyes, but it's still amazing time to be in because this awakening is so real and it's so amazing. And once he opens your eyes and you can see, you understand how, oh my gosh, how this time is just so prophetic. The Most High word is so true, and every word, every little thing that he has written in his Bible is coming to pass, and we can see it. You see it. You understand? And unfortunately for a lot of us, a lot of us are not even going to make it. A lot of us are not even waking up. And, that's what, part of the reason why I'm talking about the war of the Jews, especially like being a woman in this truth and waking up and seeing these things transpire and, just really just seeing how it's just, not good, because Israel is not coming together. We don't know, all the intricacies of how deep this rabbit hole goes and how much when the Most High said it's a time like no other, Jacob's trouble. And people just seem to like let that fly over their heads. But Jacob's trouble is real. Brothers and sisters, there's a lot going on. And even you can't see it all. The hand is unseen, but it is working because the Most High said it. His word is true. And he said, this is like a time like no other time. Why? Because listen, first of all, our enemy, we're in the neck of our enemies, Jacob, the kings of the earth who's supposed to rise up. We are in the neck of our enemies, and they know our book. They know the plays. They know everything, and they are working vehemently against us. And Jacob is like, just waking up, and just, happy to even have a little light that they can see. But your enemy is working, and they're working hard, brothers and sisters. And you better believe that Bible when he says that it's a time like no other time. Because brothers and sisters, they have perfected the wickedness against us that they perpetrating against us. They have perfected it. So back in the time, like when we go into Ecclesiastes, and it says in Ecclesiastes 1:9, and it says there's nothing new under the sun. What was will be, what was will be, and everything that we've seen it before. They have done these things over and over again throughout our, captivity. They have been doing these same plays. So it's nothing new, and they have perfected it, brothers and sisters. So just like, like we celebrating right now our foremother, Esther, what she went to. But brothers and sisters, we read that in the book, but it wasn't a walk in the park. She was under a lot of stress. She was under anxiety, worried about her people because they were actively and vehemently trying to take us down. And she understood it, and she understood the assignment, and she knew what she had to do. And it's not like us today where we're just waking up out of a foggy sleep. She knew who she was, Queen Esther. And she was put in that position so that the Most High can use her at a time when, listen, not most of the times it was the men who were being used. But for some reason, the Most High knew that it needed to be a sister. A woman needed to be in place so that she can make certain moves, like a chess move, and move around the board, dealing with the king, no pun intended. But it was that kind of situation. There were chess moves being played. The Most High was moving things around so that she was able to be effective at that time, because AHAYAH knows all things, and he knew what exactly was going to befall the children of Israel. So liken this as today, brothers and sisters, we are in a time like no other time. Even in the time of Queen Esther, AHAYAH is saying basically that's a walk in the park. What we're dealing with today is a walk in the park. I mean, Queen Esther, it was like a walk in the park. So brothers and sisters, we need to hear this information. We need to understand what's going on. Now, so I'm just so grateful to be awoke at this time, and I can see and I understand a lot, and it's not a game. And people really, really have to stop taking things so lightly. But so if you're here watching this video, if you want to pawn this video, if you happen to, run into this video, or what Sister Kana, when she comes on, what she basically is talking about, it's always to warn the children of Israel, to remind you what is going on, not to fall back to sleep, not to go back into a daze and act like you don't know, because you're going to hear it here, okay? So praise AHAYAH for the Feast of Purim, and our sister and foremother Esther for what she did and how she stood up in a time of trouble when we needed the help, because there was no one else, who can do it. The Most High put a sister there. Praise AHAYAH. So now, I wanted to talk about some of the things, because I missed a couple of weeks and there's a lot that went on. I mean, the Grammys, oh my goodness, so satanic. Now, I didn't even watch it, but I saw, some other clips. I watched a few other, YouTube videos who made commentary on it, and everybody was talking about how wicked and satanic this thing was. The Grammys, the music industry is it's just ridiculous, brothers and sisters. But it's definitely, a sign for us to see. If you're awake and you see how wicked this stuff is, you got to know that we are very close to the time when the Most High, he told us to come out of Babylon for these very reasons. And a lot of people want to close their eyes to these things. But it's smack dab in your face, like slap, slap, slap. You can't get around it. You can't act like, everything is okay. The Most High is not allowing it. It's right in your face, this wickedness. And they're being more wicked. They're being more wicked. And this is what the scriptures said, that they will continue to do wickedly. And as the righteous, if you call yourself the righteous, we should be becoming more righteous, more holy. We should cling more to the right side of the Most High. And I'm going to go into that more in this segment, more at the end. And even I wanted to do a whole video on, being us becoming more righteous, us becoming more holier. We should be clinging in, moving toward that way as the wicked get more wicked, because they're going in, y'all. And it's clear. They drawing a clear line on who they are serving. They letting the world know. And so we, as the children of Israel, we supposed to be letting the world know too. And that's why I really wanted to make a stand about, yesterday playing just music, praising AHAYAH, glorifying his name, lifting him up. Every song, I thank the Most High that he gave me the mind to do videos. I didn't know that I would be able to utilize these videos now. And just doing music and changing words and put his name and everything, and putting Yashaya's name and everything, glorifying him. We have to glorify him now. This is the time. This is what we are called to do. If you're awake and you coming out of that stupor, of that sleep that we all have, been in, now is the time. We're supposed to be glorifying that name, lifting up AHAYAH in the earth, proclaiming his name. Okay, especially those who flee, because there's scriptures, and I'll have to, if I remind myself to go get those scriptures. Those who flee, proclaim, lift up the name. We're supposed to be glorifying that name. So that's one of the things that I make sure I do in every way. I'm putting, videos out. I'm, putting up new songs, and I got a lot of songs I was able to do, praise AHAYAH. And I just want to continue to glorify my Father in this earth. Praise AHAYAH, Bashim, Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. Okay, guys. So I wanted to go into that Grammy situation because they making it clear. And it seems like, they being strong. These people, they worshiping, and then they going hard. The children of Israel, we have to go just as hard for our Father, for now that we know this truth. And everybody, because of the situation, people want to be docile. They want to act like this and that. Because for one, a lot of people are not being obedient. They're not coming out of Babylon, first of all. So you walking around in the neck of your enemy, scared to death, can't talk, can't do this and can't do that, but yet you refuse, or I don't want to go so hard on everybody, but guys, you know what I'm saying? If you got faith, then you making moves. And if there's a lack thereof, then you sitting around and you ain't doing much. You ain't speaking much. You ain't proclaiming nothing. You ain't saying nothing, because you putting yourself in this situation because you don't even have enough faith to step out and leave. Okay? So that a lot of it is a catch-22, but it's all because of lack of faith. Okay? And we got to just call it for what it is. But, I'll move on for that, because that's not, I didn't want to go into a whole faith segment, as of yet. But just talking about how wicked these people are, and they're taking out our people under the guise of, these sicknesses and pandemic. People are dropping like flies, like we said, they would be, because of, their actions of, taking things that they wasn't supposed to take, defiling their temple with stuff that they wasn't supposed to, put into their temples. So this is the cause. But also, now, when you hear somebody has passed away, you already think that, it's because of COVID. You ain't even taking into account that they are taking people out and taking people down, So you can't, it's all mingled up together because you can't tell which is which. You understand? And, people just, putting it, like, here goes another. They get you so acclimated and used to hearing about death that people are dying. Okay? But just know, brothers and sisters, Ecclesiastes 1:9, there's nothing new under the sun. They are taking out the children of Israel by any and every means necessary. And we need to understand that and stop sitting around twiddling our thumbs, scared to trust the Most High. But yet you see his prophecies coming to pass, and you see that every word is true, but yet you still will not step out and just get out and start to prepare for what he said is coming. A time like no other time. Get out of Babylon, brothers and sisters. The Most High did give a safe place. Jordan is the safe place. And I did a whole dissertation on it on my COI's blog, spot.com. And if I remember, I'll put it in the link in this videos. And sometimes I forget, but I have in other videos as well. So y'all know I wrote all about Qadash and how it shows in the scriptures. This is the place. Jordan is the safe place. Okay. So, there's no way around it. The Most High is not leaving us stranded. He just didn't give it to everybody. But I praise AHAYAH that he gave it to me, and I let the children of Israel know. So everybody knows now that Jordan is the safe place. Even you got people talking against Jordan, but you also know what that is. You also know that there's infiltration, that people are being taken down. They are speaking against exactly what the Most High has told us to do. And now you're not even hearing come out of my people anymore. People are being told to sit still, store food in Babylon, and wait. And that's what I wanted to go into, just like in 70 AD, that, the same thing, nothing new under the sun, brother. They're doing the same things. They are playing the same games. So, okay, I want to go into that. But first, I wanted to show some, video, a couple of videos. One, just to remind you about that Grammys, how demonic it was. And people need to see it. It needs to be in your face, because you don't need to be in Babylon with all that going on. And everybody like to say, oh, it's going to happen to the whole earth. Come on, guys. Wake up out of the psychosis. Y'all can see that Babylon is far beyond any wickedness you have ever seen. I don't care how wicked the other nations are. Ain't nothing topping Babylon with the foolishness and the wickedness that they got going on. You could talk about how we was, what's going on in Africa. You could talk about what's going on in the Middle East and these people and, who they worship. Ain't nothing more wicked than what is going on in Babylon right now. And it's in your face. And you can try to act like you don't see it, and you can try. But the Most High is making it plain and clear. Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's inhabited with demons. And that's what you're sitting around, roaming around, mingling with every day, a bunch of demons. And so that's why you need to come out of Babylon and get yourself together, because you too are engulfed with demons. They have using vortex, every form of witchcraft, everything that they can use, it's going down in Babylon. And y'all know it. And, I just got to, reiterate it, because people try to act like they don't see it. Oh, telling you to hunker down and buy food in Babylon like as if the destruction is going to pass over you. It's not going to happen, brothers and sisters. You're being played. Get out. Okay? But let me just show you some of these videos. Okay, one of the videos, let me just go to this one first, because I like this guy's commentate. And a lot of it, listen, guys, a lot of the information be over our head. Majority of the time, it goes over our head, because we cannot even fathom the wickedness that these people are pushing, their agenda. I mean, it's going over our head. But when their own start talking about it, and they start telling you, and they start showing you, listen, Israel, you cannot act like you don't see it. Their own people are telling you how wicked it is. Their own people are telling you on themselves. Okay? So there's no way around it, brothers and sisters. You must come out of her, my people, and not physically. And not spiritually. Ain't nothing is guarding you and protecting you there, because the Most High is not there. That's why he's telling you to come out of her. He's telling you to come out, and he told you why. because every foul spirit and unclean and hateful bird is trapped like a vortex in there, and these demons are coming out strong. Excuse me. So I just want to say shalom to everybody. Thank you for joining me. Please, as you come in, hit the like button. Y'all, thank you for your comments. I love you. I love the interaction, and I thank y'all for the support. Praise AHAYAH Bahasham Yashaya. That y'all come to check on me. Praise AHAYAH. So I give all glory and praise. I say shalom, Eden to Eden saga. Kick real spiritual peach, shalom, and praise AHAYAH for you. So let me first give you this first video that I want you to see. Now, it may go over your head, brothers and sisters, but try to key in to what he's telling you, because they are at war. And before I go there, I want to say it's all centered around the children of Israel. They're not doing this stuff for nothing. It's all about us. So they opening up a can of whip behind on Jacob. They're gearing up, brothers and sisters. AHAYAH said that it's going to be a time like no other time. They are gearing up. Y'all need to get up out of there. Okay? Shalom, Sister Michelle White. Sister Michelle White. Praise AHAYAH for you. Good to see you. Okay, let me get this video for you. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see this video, because this man is crying out, and he's Gentile, but he's still putting it out there. And his main thing is Bitcoin. Okay, but he's still warning on a day-to-day what is going on and how they are. Let's see if this is the one. They got a lot of stuff he's talking about, but hold on. I think this is the one. And I'm not going to listen to the whole thing because it gets a little, far, even for me. I'm not even, able to grasp a lot of it. But hold on. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Here we go.
Christopher Green, it is February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day from Maui. Booyah! Like and share this video. Help us break the algorithms in all seriousness. We have
hold on. Let me just hit this. And guys, as you notice, for those of you who are new in the truth, you may not understand what I'm talking about, and I'll try my best to break it down later. But as you can see that these holy days are starting to really be close to their satanic holidays now, because the calendars, like I told you, are starting to line up. So they had their Valentine's Day. We got our Purim, because the holy days are starting. The calendar is really starting to line up. Okay, so understand that. I'm going to show you the calendar later again, just for a reminder. But just understand that's why these days are starting to be there. It used to be far apart. Our holy days were so far apart, 2 weeks away from when they were keeping their days. Now all of a sudden, like I told you, that calendar is lining up. So that's why these holy days are starting to be close. Okay, but on another note, here we go.
World War III AI war fighting event taking place right now. A lot of people aren't even aware of it. They think nothing's changed in our world, but everything has changed, and everything is about to change even more as people like Eric Schmidt are building the perfect artificial intelligence war-fighting machine as a part of operations at the Pentagon, the DoD, and high-level intelligence activities. Now, keep in mind, I've met with Eric Schmidt once or twice in the past. I'm not good friends with him, but he was one of the first people to tell me what was going to happen with the internet and all of big tech socials well in advance of everything that just happened over the last couple of years. So I know what I'm talking about, and you should pay attention. Again, I disclosed years and years ago all of the declassified reports from the LeMay papers that went over EMF, electromagnetic frequency, and spectrum technologies, which included what? Everything that we're seeing in our skies with the UFOs and the psychological operation that is currently being run at a very, very high level. All of this ties back into what we're talking about today. The AI war, is all of this data and information is mined and fed into a Star Trek-like Borg for massive control systems and an integration of a new global system that I am calling the New Technological Order, or otherwise known in my spiritual view, the Technological Tower of Babel, which I dubbed it over a decade ago. So Eric Schmidt, if you don't know who he was or is, one of the wealthiest people on planet Earth. He still owns, I think, a $5 billion stake in Alphabet stock alone, was the former CEO of Google Alphabet before they changed their name. He's one of the most powerful people in the universe. Then he left after growing Google to the behemoth that it is today and started working for the Department Defense Innovation Board, and now he's a part of U.S. global intelligence and the war machine that is currently at war with China and Russia principally. He has also warned that the United States is grossly behind the curve and that China is actually dominating the AI war. So this should be a very big concern to all of our generals, everybody working at the Pentagon, and the intelligence machine in general. And there was a really good article from Wired magazine written, I think, by...
Okay, guys, can you hear? You got to let me know if you can hear him, because I hear him really clear. So let me know really quickly in the chat if you can hear him, because that means I got to do something else. Can you hear? Hi, Sister Shauna. You say you can't hear him. Can you hear him now? When I just put him on pause right now, but guys, can you hear? Someone let me know. Else I'm going to continue to play. Okay, guys, I'm going to continue to play. I'm not getting the answer.
By Will Knight, where he talks about what Schmidt is working on and how this again ties in not just to the UFOs and all the fakery that we're currently seeing, the Project Bluebeam moment that I warned you was coming years in advance, that people thought was a crackpot conspiracy theory, but now is just happening in reality. And I warned you, again, I don't know everything, but I did warn you years and years in advance. I said that there would be cylindrical objects in the sky, that we would have octagonal objects in the sky. This is why they were disclosing years ago, the Pentagon started releasing the tic-tac-toe UFO propaganda, because it was all leading to this moment. I mean, this is the easiest trick in the book, you know, basically to obfuscate from what's really going on. Hey, check it out. Look what's in the sky, guys. Did you see what's in the sky? I mean, this is the oldest trick in the book, like Pavlov's dog. And it is rolling out right now as a military operation, not even an opinion. This is like literally what's happening. So it says here, expensive military hardware like a new tank undergoes rigorous testing before heading to the battlefield. A startup called Istari, backed by Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google and chair of Alphabet, reckons some of that work can be done more effectively in the metaverse. So I want you to think about this for a minute. I'm going to get to a very specific report here in a few seconds, but all the technology that's being developed, the metaverse, blockchain, crypto, Bitcoin, this is how I knew about it well in advance, because all of this works together and ties into these decentralized apparatus systems, which include drone swarms, which are going to be launched in battlefields that think for themselves autonomously, with only maybe one or two people that are human at the top, achieving the objective of the drone storm itself, which imagine what these things can do in a technological D-Day fashion, as I talked about, which I think is coming. This is why they're amplifying this propaganda messaging right now with UFOs.
Okay.
And so
let me just stop 1 second. Just keep in mind, because I know this stuff is intricate information, so it can go over your head. Try to pay attention, because mainly, guys, this is all about coming after the children of Israel. So all the technology and all this stuff that they're doing is geared towards us. So we have to understand that he don't understand it, maybe because he's a Christian, but he doesn't know the intricacies of how they're coming down after us. And they're going to fall too. These people are going to, be casualties as well. But it's all about us. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's about the children of Israel.
Schmidt reflects on his unique position, or this article reflects on his unique position as a link between the tech industry and the Pentagon. So think about what Mark Zuckerberg is doing with his headsets. What do you think, and why are they developing that? Because those are tools for warfare. All of this is used in the battlefield, and all the technology being developed, including the data mining and the control of the pipes of the information by large
Okay, Sister Shoshana, she's saying you can't hear anything, but they saying they can hear it. So you got to check on your end. check your sound because it's coming through clear. Okay, I don't have nobody else saying that they can't hear it, so it got to be on your end. Okay, so restart your computer maybe because it may be that. Okay.
Oligarchical tech companies is what the new machine is.
Okay, good.
And the proof is, I'm not going to read this article to you. You can go ahead and read it for yourself. And it talks about, again, what Eric Schmidt is working on. But this 2021 National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence, which goes over a final report of the new war that we are fighting. And this is all for public distribution. Now, of course, read it with a grain of salt, because, of course, if they're putting it out to the public, there is some level of propaganda that they're pushing to American minds. But it's very important to understand what they're saying so you can deduce what the next play in the playbook actually is. And by the way, everything I'm talking about now is the whole reason for what just happened in recent years. This was all the logistical playbook to get ready for this moment. And so you can download the PDF report or also view the interactive report of this. Let's go to the interactive report of the National Security Council of Artificial Intelligence.gov as my computer is loading. And you can see the final report. The mandate of the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence is to make recommendations to the President and Congress to advance the development of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and associated technologies to comprehensively address the national security and defense needs of the United States. This is why Donald Trump instituted the Space Force well in advance of everything that had happened. This is the reason for the UFO disclosures and the mass amplification and confusion, which the White House won't even admit what these things are. And it started with a Chinese spy balloon, allegedly, and now 3 other octagonal, spherical, I believe in one case, and octagonal objects have been taken out of our skies. They're amplifying all of this up for a reason. So you can go chapter by chapter, defending America in the AI era, from emerging AI era, I can't say that word right there, to foundations of future defense. You can see AI warfare, autonomous systems and risks associated with AI enabled warfare, the future of national intelligence, and a lot more. So it's actually, this is like part of the playbook that they put out to the general public. They tell you exactly what they're going to do. And I would encourage you to actually do your own research and just download the full report and read it. And you can read about all the emerging technologies that they are using, okay, to fight the new war. In addition to that, we have had a major train derailment, 3 of them now, but the biggest one in East Palestine, Ohio, that is basically spilling toxic chemical fumes, and this is what people believe, poisoning the water supply. Now, of course, this is a man-made event. I don't know who owns the company or which train this is. Does someone know that? Because again, they're always telling us about how we're the problem, but it's actually these companies that are the problem. Look at how they are destroying our environment and they're destroying our planet, and it's their trains are derailing. Also, it brings up some questions. Is the United States being you-know-what by rogue forces outside of the USA right now? If we are in an AI war, is it possible that these train derailments are taking place as a result of operations that could be being run by, say, U.S. adversaries? You see what I'm getting at here? I'm trying to lead the horse to water here so you can kind of better understand where my head is at here. So after a train derailment, Ohio residents are living the plot of a movie that they helped make. Oh yeah, just kind of like the whole UFO BS now, right? You were a crackpot conspiracy theorist if you believed in UFOs before, but now UFOs are real, according to U.S. officials. And I want you to think about this. These UFOs and alleged aliens, which don't exist, aliens aren't real, they don't exist, only demons do. This is spiritual warfare. You're telling me that these highly sophisticated alien technologies traveled at light speed from another galaxy and then gets shot down by a U.S. Archaic Sidewinder? That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, they would obviously have significant greater technology than current population states and governments if that was the case, and if any of that was to be believed. They would have much better technology. They wouldn't be being shot out of the sky. So even that makes no logical sense at all. So baffled pilots are now admitting, because we've had multiple instances of this now, Lake Huron octagonal UFO is not a balloon and a cockpit audio. Okay, this is all being disclosed to the public. Latest 3 UFOs shot down likely weren't Chinese spy devices. So notice that they're amplifying this message. They're spreading rumors intentionally. Okay, this is all a part of the AI amplification that goes back again to reports like these and things that I've been talking about for a year from the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence Council, and what Eric Schmidt has been building as a part of the Defense Innovation Board, and what people like Zuckerberg and others openly admit that they've been working with 3-letter agencies for years. So think about that for a minute too. All these technologists are also working for them as well. So these are not private companies, as I've said for years, and I've argued this, it's the truth. These aren't private companies. They are fully integrated into the state. And this is the goal long term. They can't have, I think you understand this, but they can't have a sovereign nation state like the United States with freedom and individual liberty and concepts of limited government existing in a world that is changing rapidly with AI. This is also why they've disclosed to the American public, and they're pumping this and pushing this really hard right now, companies like OpenAI and ChatGPT, for example, and DALL-E and Lenza and all these apps that can basically take images. I even saw David Guetta, if I'm saying his name correctly, might be mispronouncing it. He's a musician who he basically created through AI Eminem's voice on a new beat track. So there's a reason why they're bringing this all to your attention now. This is what I want you to understand. You're living through the largest World War III psychological operation that's ever been amplified in world history. Instead of in the old days, when FDR during World War II could just go on a radio and he could only target a broad brushstroke of people. Now, artificial intelligence is targeting you very specifically, and it knows your emotional cues, your interests, your disinterests. It knows your tactile touch on your phone. You're being tracked, geofenced locally. You're being completely surveilled, and then it's being fed into highly complex simulation systems and artificial intelligence that then can spit out to billions of people individualized and highly targeted propaganda to achieve the aims of systematic societal and Orwellian technological total state control. So this is how crazy this is, and you need to understand that this is a spiritual war, by the way. The AI...
Now, you hear how he is on it, and he is really, going hard at this information. Now, I have to say again, because we are not so, advanced, we don't even pay attention to this stuff like this. But brothers and sisters, we have to pay attention. He's putting out the alarm, and he's letting you know they're going all out. And this is why the Bible was saying that it's a time like no other time. They done advanced their technology to a level where that's why he said that, if Christ don't cut it short, all of us, no one would be saved. This is how high level and high tech this thing is. So he's talking almost frantically because he's saying, he's going to the heart of the matter that this thing is high level stuff, brothers and sisters. And y'all got to know, even though it will be affected worldwide, that we will all see the effects of it. Babylon, this is where it's all perpetrated in. Like you in a matrix thinking that this is, this bubble that you guys are in. It's all geared towards America. They are not highly advanced in these other countries like this. You understand? Now, not saying that certain things won't affect, these other countries. And yes, they will, because they're all in it together. But the focus is Babylon. And y'all got to really understand that, to know that you can step out of that whole matrix and you would not be affected to the severity that you're going to be being there. So please keep that in mind, but let him keep talking, because he's right on point talking about it's spiritual. They are on a full-fledged war against us. We are already in that war. Hold on.
Beast system is very much a part of the demonic Satan realm, like I disclosed and exposed to you guys with the Super Bowl performance, just to give you a key example of all the symbology and how this is a very targeted systematic WEAPON that's being rolled out at a very high level that most people aren't even unaware of. A lot of these cues, for example, and how the AI works is very much on an unconscious level. And so some of you don't even, not you tuning in because you guys are smart, but a lot of Americans don't even know unconsciously that they are being heavily targeted and manipulated psychologically by literally the greatest WEAPON that has ever existed in world history. So as they build the technological tower of Babel, as they bring to us falsehoods of UFOs, which again, aliens are not real and we're not being invaded like Independence Day. That's all lies. This is all a part of obfuscating from the real alien, ATTACK. And the real alien, ATTACK, is this AI war that I'm bringing to your attention today. Now, I can't disclose for obvious reasons all of the details or my critical thoughts because I have very extreme, in-depth, high-level thoughts, obviously, on all of this. I'm giving you a broad brushstroke of what I can release to the American public, of course, which is why it's so important you do your own research as well, and then share this content virally in the interwebs, breaking the algorithms and getting it to people that have eyes to see. Because, you know, my job as a watchman, of course, is to expose you to all this information from a spiritual standpoint. So you understand what you're facing in the future and currently right now, because all this is live and operational. Okay. And that you can have discernment as this war is waged. I mean, this is the most serious event that we have ever lived through or has ever transpired in world history. This is much bigger than just a WAR with China or Russia. We do have some competing geopolitical forces there, but to a great extent, much of the world is on the same page now. Again, this is a one technological new order that they're building. It's much on the same page. And this is why the USA is mobilizing, in my view, to change the concepts of individual liberty, freedom, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, limited government, and individual sovereignty, because our officials know that the United States can't compete on this new playing field. You know, when you look at China comparatively to the United States, the people of China just obey whatever they're told. They don't have limited government, individual sovereignty, and freedom. And so my point is, I'm not going to go into all the depth. This is why they're doing all of this. This is why they're rolling all of this out. This is the reason for all the logistical steps that have been taken in lockstep in recent years on the topics we're not allowed to discuss. This all plays into the UFOs too. It's all connected in a very, very material way. And it all leads to this and the overall artificial intelligence agenda. And what this report just barely touches the surface on, as you can download the PDF version as well.
Oh, guys, all that time I was talking and you guys couldn't hear me. Sorry, I wasn't on. Okay, I just put him on hold because I was like, guys, you can go to his channel and check out the rest of the video. It's AMTV on YouTube, and you can get all the information if But I just really wanted you to get the gist of that information because you can see how intense it is. They understand that it's a spiritual fight. They understand everything that they're doing is spiritual, and it's more so against us. We are the spiritual people. You know what I'm saying? So they hate our God. They hate us as a people, and it's all about the children of Israel. So I was gonna say that I had even downloaded some Grammy, commentation on the Grammy. But guys, I don't even watch that stuff. It's so demonic, it's so satanic that I don't even want my eyes to see that kind of stuff. So I'm really, hesitant of just bringing it on. Y'all get the gist of how wicked that was, and even with Rihanna with the Super Bowl, straight wickedness, guys. And they are going all out serving their power. And the children of Israel, we kind of have to learn how to go all out to serve ours too. We're going to have to do what's needed because this is the only way we're going to even be able to sustain. It's a war going on, and they're coming hard at us. So so I don't want to bring on that whole, the Super Bowl and the whole Grammy. I don't bring that stuff to me. I really guard my ears and my eyes as much as I can. But y'all understand and y'all get the gist of how wicked that was. I'm sure if you hadn't seen it, you heard about it. Okay, so I want to move on, and I'm going to go to the the Turkey and Syria earthquake. My goodness. Now, I just got a message on my phone that there was another earthquake that hit. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me take this off. Let me move this off so y'all can see. But there was just another 4.5 earthquake that just hit. Let me see. Oh, gosh. A man killed his sister. Ugh, a lot of wickedness. But look, here. A 4.5 just hit Turkey. Oh, gosh. Sorry. But anyway, just got that in. So there's another earthquake. But guys, we should be seeing this kind of stuff as signs. And I'm going to go into the war of the Jews in the book of Josephus, because the Most High was given signs, right? In 70 AD, when he was telling us to flee, to leave, to get out before destruction came to Jerusalem, he was given signs. This is like a sign. That great earthquake that happened in Turkey and Syria, everybody should have brought to mind what Revelations told us about. There will be a great earthquake that will split Babylon in 3 parts, brothers and sisters. A lot of people are going to perish. So that earthquake in Turkey, it was a big one. A lot of people, y'all heard, so that is the same. It's possible, and it's going to happen in Babylon, brothers and sisters. It should be a sign to you that we're supposed to come out, because these are the warnings that the Most High gave us in the book of Revelation of what to expect and what to look for. There is a great earthquake coming to Babylon that's going to split it in 3 parts. And they did a whole thing on the dollar bill. I mean, I think it's maybe the $10 bill or the $20 bill of the United States dollar, where they show a tidal wave when you bend it a certain way. So they understand, because of course they're using the technology that they have. Because Most High said, a time like no other time. They got technology with the weather, with this. So this thing happening over here in Turkey and Syria is probably a test of how they are gearing up for that great earthquake in Revelations. Okay, and brothers and sisters, nobody really brings this stuff up. Nobody's really talking about what the Most High and Christ warned us. Come out of her, my people. We are supposed to come out of Babylon because it's going to be destroyed. And before the destruction happens, these signs will start to take place. Like that whole earthquake, great earthquake of Babylon has got to happen. So when you hear about these earthquakes that's happening over here, they're probably testing. Okay, they're testing, and because they have these machines, right? So I wanted to talk about that because nobody's equating that. But the Most High said, even in 70 AD, he gave them signs so that they can understand what was about to come and what was coming upon them. But the children of Israel were dull to understand. Okay, so I wanted to go into that, the war of the Jews, and talk about what happened in 70 AD before they sacked Jerusalem and took our people down. Because it's coming, brothers and sisters. And I wanted to also talk about how much foolishness they got on the internet. All this drama with these entertainers, they exposing Jay-Z and Beyonce. Yeah, they're trying to keep our people still. They're using they're pulling out everything they got on the children of Israel right now to keep them still. You don't have nobody telling you to get up and go besides Kana. At one time, Elder Ricard was talking about it. He ain't talking about that no more. And every time if I put a clip, any of his clips in there, they're trying to take down my channel. So I can't even load up any of their clips or anything because I can put up anybody else's clip. But let me put up a Gathering of Christ, Elder Ricard talking. They will cite me for bullying and they're striking my can. I don't get no other strikes, only from GLCC, because they don't want me bringing out this information. But brothers and sisters, there's a lot going on. Y'all better pay attention and know there is a war. We are at war, and it's a high level war. Come out of her, my people. This thing is not going to stop, but ain't nobody else is going to tell you. So let me just go, because I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to read just a reminder so and I'm going to pair it up with the book of Revelations in Matthew 24, what Christ told you is happening right before our face, brothers and sisters. Okay, so let me just go into that. Really quick, and I try not to make it too long, and I'm not going to read everything, but you're going to get the gist. You're going to understand how important it is that y'all need to come out. Jordan is the safe place. So I'm sharing my screen still. Let me stop sharing it. Hold on. And I'm going to go now to, let's see what I have here. Give me 1 second, because y'all got to read this. Y'all got to hear this. They changed it around. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Share screen. I don't see my Windows tab. Give me 1 second, guys. It should be on here. Let me just try something to see if you guys can see my screen. What is that? This is the website that have it on there, but hold on, let me see if I go over here. No, you can't see it. Hold on, I gotta go back. It's not showing it in Chrome. Oh, here you go. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so you should see my Word document. And this is the book of Josephus, War of the Jews. I really want to, I'm not going to read a lot. I'm going to read enough so y'all could get it. But y'all got to really take in account what this is saying so that you can apply it to what's happening right now. It's more evident and more clear now that it's happening right now. Like a year ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago, because I used to be bringing out this stuff too. But now it's even more because, nobody's telling you. All these Hebrew Israelites who camps, talking on internet, giving classes, all kind of stuff. Nobody's telling you to leave. And the Bible clearly says, come out of her, my people. But let's go into it. So first I'm going to go to Ecclesiastic, like I said before, 1 and 9. The thing that has been done, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Okay, going to 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has already been of old time, which was before us. So get that clear, brothers and sisters. The Most High is, he is not a man to lie. He's telling us exactly. It's already been done. Everything that they're doing has already been done. Now, we know that. So in 70 AD, when I'm going into the book of Josephus, the War of the Jews, book 6, okay? And I'm going to go down and just read parts of book 6, okay? Okay. I'm starting here. It says, nor did any of them escape with their lives. It's telling you what was happening in the time of Jerusalem. So a lot of people were losing their lives. They were dying, okay? For whatever reason, like how they got the, the cough situation, and a lot of people are going down. Whatever the reason, the excuses that they're using, it's a loss of life, and our people are dying. Okay, it says a false prophet was the occasion of these people's destruction. It's telling you that there were false prophets set up in that time because they wasn't telling our people to get out of there. This is why people started to fall. And they're falling and falling all because our people are not telling them what to do. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody just walked in and they have to take care of something. So let me see. Let me hold on a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll take a quick break.
I told you travel. We're in the last days, coming to the final phase. AHAYAH's gonna show his face to his people. It's time to go. You feel it in your soul. The Holy Spirit tells you so. Get ready. Go east. AHAYAH prepare to play. I told you travel. Go east to plead with you face to face. I told you travel. Go east. There is a safe place. I told you travel. Go east. For those who have an ear, let them hear. Go east. I told you travel. Visit us at AToldYouTravel.com. We're in the last days, coming to the final phase. AHAYAH's gonna show his face to his people. It's time to go. You feel it in your soul. The Holy Spirit tells you so. Get ready. Go east. AHAYAH prepare to play. I told
you travel.
Go ease to plead with you face to face.
I told you travel.
Go ease, there is a safe place.
I told you travel.
Go ease, for those who have an ear, let them hear. Go ease.
I told you travel. Visit us at IToldYouTravel.com.
Okay, guys.
This is our local police, by the way.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
He's
Okay.
not a regular human being. He's a police.
Okay.
No, stop. Gentlemen,
Hold on. Okay, so they have to take care of something, and this I'm probably not gonna stop really soon, but I'm gonna read. I'm trying to read as much as I can, and you'll see if it starts getting too noisy. It says, "Nor did any of them escape with their life." Right? It says a false prophet was the occasion to these people's destructions. Right? So it's letting you know that there were false prophets that were set up who had made a public proclamation in the city that every day that AHAYAH commanded them to get upon the temple and that they should receive miraculous signs for their deliverance. Okay, so they were telling people like the ships, spaceships were going to pick them up. You don't have to worry. Most High is going to deliver us. And we're hearing all these kind of things today, from our brethren who was telling us to sit still. It's all about keeping you sit still, just like in that time in 70 AD. It's the same conversation, but they're putting it in different ways. There's nothing new under the sun. So this is what you're hearing. No one is telling you to get up and move, right? Just like also portals. All of a sudden, the teaching of portals came out, and that's supposed to have been so profound, keeping you still, thinking that you're going to be zapped up, beaming up Scotty through a portal all of a sudden. Okay? But brothers and sisters, be not deceived, because this is the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. I hope y'all can hear me, because they're talking. Okay? They're looking at cameras and stuff here. Right? Okay. I'm going to go over to Matthew 24 just to show you how our people were dealing with the same thing. Matthew 24:3, it says, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? They were asking Christ for signs, because everybody wanted to see a sign. He said, what shall be the sign of thy coming, your return, the end of the world? And Yashaya said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. This is the first thing out of Christ's mouth, because he knew that there would be a strong deception going on. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. So brothers and sisters, how many, even within the Hebrew Israelite community, is always, I am Christ, I am Christ, I am Christ. So we have to be very mindful. Let no man. Christ didn't say, just the Christian church or just the, different other religions. He said, let no man deceive you. Right? He said, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Now, this was in the very beginning. Everybody keeps saying these scriptures for 10, 20, 30 years. Wars and rumors of wars, rumors of wars. How long have we been hearing that? We must be at a different phase in this prophecy by now. We still can't be at the wars and rumors of war prophecy. I mean, you understand? So people, the first thing they say, okay, we hearing of wars, but the end is not yet. But we've been hearing that for the 15 years that I've left about wars and rumors of wars. Okay, so that is something to keep in mind. They can't keep quoting these same scriptures and that it's not moving, right? It says, see that ye be not troubled, For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now, this is in the beginning of the prophecy in Matthew 24. But we done far past that. Okay? For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, so that was in the beginning. We've been hearing about these rumors and wars for years now. That was in the beginning of sorrows. Then it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. This is what's coming, brothers and sisters. People are lying to you, setting you up to be afflicted. And it says, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So people are actively working against you, keeping you still to be set up to be delivered. AHAYAH ain't never lied. Yashaya ain't lying. The scriptures are clear. Okay? Hold on, let me take it right.
في هاي الاعمار الجنه دائما بيجوا عندنا برضه تعمل المكافاه او البحث الجنائي بيجوا بيجيبوا ناس مقاليد من هون.
We're gonna say
هي هاي الجنه بالضبط.
Satan is a liar, y'all. Okay, Satan is a liar. Hold on, let me just take a break. I want y'all to hear this. Okay, so I hope you can see that, right? It's again, it's saying I highlighted that so that you can see that Matthew 24:9, that they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, God, so you will be delivered up. People are lying and setting you up and just not to be delivered up. You must understand that. And then now I'm going back. This line here is going back into the war of the Jews. It says, now there was then a great number of false prophets. There's a great number. So it's not just one, two. And like I've been saying over the years, the infiltration has been, all of them has been taken. All the groups have been the Israelite groups. Because they are the ones who came popping up out of nowhere and supposedly giving us information, giving us the truth, right? Right? The Hebrew Israelite, all of a sudden we got all this truth and information, and all of a sudden everybody's waking up. But it says there were a great number of false prophets. So it would definitely go in line with the infiltration throughout America, with our brothers being taken down. That would coincide with why nobody's telling you to come out of Babylon. Nobody's telling you that Jordan is the safe place, that there is a place to go. Jordan is the place, get out of Babylon, run, flee for your lives. Nobody's telling you this. It fits perfectly with the prophecy of Matthew 24, that people are deceiving you and will deliver you up to be killed. They're sitting you still, just like in 70 AD. Okay, let me finish reading it. Now, there was then a great number of false prophets sojourned by the tyrants to impose on the people who denounced this to them. So the tyrants, the enemy, got together and brought these false prophets, took them down, they took the men down and have them talking and telling you and not disclosing this information, that they should wait for deliverance from the Most High. Is that what everybody's saying? Sit still. Even Elder Rockar, buy food, wait. You can, buy enough food for 6 months to a year. All of a sudden, when initially his whole thing was get out of Babylon. But they brought him back and took him down, brothers and sisters. Hence, now he's giving you the portal teaching. All of a sudden, there's going to be portals that's going to open up and they're going to whisk you away and bring you to the wilderness. Brothers and sisters, not saying that there are not portals, but it's not the prophecy for Babylon. That's not the prophecy for that, you know? So you got to understand that. You got to be able to put these things together. And it's happening right before our face. It's right in our face. Hold on. Oh, why did that go black? Hold on. I may have to redo it. Hold on. Go back in. Oh, here you go. I see it. Okay, so now you can see that. I'm going to continue on. It says, and this was in order to keep them from deserting. There's nothing new under the sun, brothers and sisters. They're doing it again. They're keeping you from deserting. That they might be buoyed up above fear and care by such hopes, hoping that what they're saying, oh, you could just store food, or oh, portals are gonna open up, or chariots are gonna pick you up. Because you're scared. That's what you're hoping. You're hoping that these kind of things could happen, so you don't have to make a move, brothers and sisters. No, it's not true. He said, "Come out of her, my people." Okay, come out. Don't sit and wait. Don't store up no food there. It's pointless. You're wasting your time and you're going to be destroyed and you're going to wish you listened. It says, let me keep going. Now, a man that is in adversity does easily comply with such promises. It means that you want to believe in this false hope. You want to believe that these brothers wouldn't do this to you. You want to believe that these priests and prophets and people who you are thinking have good for you would not do this to you. You want a wishful thinking that they wouldn't do it. Most High is telling you they would. They did it before and they're doing it again. It says, for when such a seducer makes him believe that he shall be delivered from those miseries which oppress him, then it is that the patience is full of hope of such his deliverance. It's clear. He's saying that these people, these seducers, people who, these elders and priests and prophets who telling you, they talk a good one, they make you love them, they come out with the name AHAYAH to make you feel like, oh, he's the truth, but it was all a setup so that you would believe them and trust them and learn to love them and would not want to get up and go. Hold on, guys. Satan is busy. Just know. Please read that for yourself. I think it's big enough that y'all can read it. Let me put you on. Let me all in here now. Hold on. So sorry, guys. I think they're about to wrap this up. But I'm going to put the link. This is going to be the link for the... Okay, I'm coming. Okay. I'm going to put the link, guys, so you can go check. Oh, gosh. I'll be right back. Here's the link that you can see this is for the book of the War of the Jews, the Josephus, right on the book 6. And you can read some of this. I'll be right back. I'm coming right back. Praise the Yashaya. Okay, so yes. So that's the link there that y'all can go and just get this. If you don't have the book of Josephus yourself, that's the link, and that's the specific book, book 6, and it goes into this whole thing that I'm reading now. War of the Jews, nothing new under the sun. The same thing happened. Hold on. Okay, so let me keep going. So he's saying that the false prophets definitely were telling the people to keep still. And I'll read the rest. It says, and this was in order to keep them from deserting, and that they might be buoyed up above fear and cares by such hopes. Now a man that is in adversity does easily comply with such promises. When you're scared, you don't know what to do, of course you're going to think, oh, I can sit still and wait. And that's why they got these brothers telling you to sit still and wait. Chariots are going to come pick you up, portals, you're going to be zapped through a portal, or you can hunker down and buy some food and sit and wait for destruction. Brothers, it's clear in your face, and I know y'all don't want to believe it, but it's happening. Please take heed, okay? It says, now a man that is in adversity does easily comply with such promises. For when such a seducer makes him believe that he shall be delivered from those miseries which oppress him, then it is that the patience is full of hope of such his deliverance. So that's clear. It's telling you that you would do that naturally when you're afraid and don't know what to do. You're going to go through sitting still and hoping the Most High got me. Everybody come out and say that. No, the Most High told you to flee. That's what the Most High said. He ain't say he got you. He told you what to do. Get out of Babylon. Matthew 24:24 says, for there shall rise false Christs, false prophets, and shall show great signs, telling you all this information, breaking down the scriptures, telling you all this good stuff that you want to hear, giving you the name back of the Most High, because the alphabet boys had that name too. And so much so, if it was possible that they shall deceive the very elect. This is what the Most High is warning you. Matthew 24:10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another. We are in the midst of betrayal. As you can see, many of these people are worshiping their God. Look at Rihanna and Beyonce and all these people with these big stars. So are the higher ups, so it is for the lower levels. All these people, you see them throwing up the hand signs in their videos. They be just regular YouTube people, but they know to throw up them hand signs because that is what is required of them. They have to throw up them signs, and they all are doing the same hand signs. It ain't nothing too much different. And you see it the same thing with our Hebrew Israelite brothers doing the same thing, because they are all doing it and they all are in compliance. Okay, it says 24:11, and many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. It's happening, brothers and sisters. They got our people sitting still. They are deceiving many people. The brothers who are supposed to be Hebrew Israelites to giving you this truth are deceiving our people, and they're having them sit still so they won't leave, waiting for to be destroyed. Next paragraph in the War of the Jews. Thus were the miserable people persuaded by these deceivers, and such also as believe AHAYAH himself, while they did not attend nor give credit to the signs. Look at the signs, brothers. It's happening right before your face. The scriptures tell you there's nothing new under the sun. What happened before will happen again. 70 AD, there were false prophets telling the people to sit still in Jerusalem. Our people, not the Christian church, not the Roman Catholic Church. Our Hebrew Israelite people who were priests were telling the people to sit still in 70 AD. Our people. It's happening now. Our people are doing the same thing. They have been taken down. Okay? It says, while they did not attend nor give credit to the signs that were so evident. It's clear, brothers and sisters. Christ warned you. He told you that this would happen. He told you, be not deceived. Let no man deceive you. That's what Christ said. And plainly foretell their future desolation. It's coming, brothers and sisters, and it's coming to Babylon. They want to point every place else. Oh, don't go to Jordan. Don't go to Turkey. They want to point everywhere else. But the Most High said, do not to come out of Babylon. This destruction is coming there. You're in the midst of it. To get out. It's not Jordan. It's not Turkey. It's not Syria. Babylon. Babylon the Great will fall. It's going to have a great earthquake. It's going to be split in two, and then it's going to be utterly destroyed. And whoever don't make it out is not going to make it. But like men infatuated, listen, people are infatuated with these teachers, the Bible's call it false prophets. They're infatuated. People are infatuated without either eyes to see or minds to consider. Check it out, brothers and sisters. Did not regard the denunciation that AHAYAH made to them. It's coming from the Most High, brothers and sisters. These words of the Most High. He's telling you, get out of Babylon. That they are false prophets. They're lying to you. Christ told you to flee. There was a star. There was a star in the time of 70 AD, resembling a sword. But ain't nobody looking up that hard to even know if there was a star. There could be one there today that's been hovering over America that people can see. But you ain't even looking up to even know. They understood the constellations back in those days. We don't understand those things. So we wouldn't even know if there was a sword resembling, a star resembling a sword to be a sign for us that we need to get out. But there's plenty of other signs, brothers and sisters. These words that I'm speaking are a sign. Most High said, what will be, what was, will be. It's happening all over again. You got these people sitting you still in Babylon with all these distractions, all this stuff going on where you can't see the forest before the trees. It was that the star was in there a whole year and people still wasn't getting it. Just like I'm saying about the earthquake that happened in Syria and Turkey, that should be a sign for you. Revelations, let me go into it, 16 and 17. And the seventh angel poured out the vial into the air. And there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven, from the throne, AHAYAH, saying, it is done. He's telling you it's coming, it's going to happen. That there were voices and thunders and lightning, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since man was upon earth. So if you think that Syria thing was serious, if you think that Turkey earthquake was something, wait till you see what's going to come to Babylon. And it's coming, brothers and sisters. And I pray you're not there. Mighty and earthquake and so great. Revelation 16:19. And the great city was divided in 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. A lot of people are going to get destroyed. You think what happened in Turkey, there's a lot of people that passed, is nothing compared to what's going to happen in Babylon. And that was a sign, brothers and sisters. It's coming. The great Babylon came in remembrance before AHAYAH to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of her wrath. And every island fled, and the mountains were not found. It was so, no island is going to make it. So that brother that I showed you, that video, AMTV, he actually fled and he's in Hawaii right now. See, he don't even understand that he don't need to be in Hawaii. He figured he got out of America, but he went to Hawaii. That's like a lot of people going to these Jamaica, Mexico. They're going to these other places. No. Nothing. He said every island fled away and the mountains were not found. This is what's going to happen in Babylon, brothers and sisters. You need to get off that continent, get out, and Jordan is the safe place. You need to understand the Most High's word is coming, brothers and sisters. Y'all need to hear it. These are birth pains. That earthquake in Syria, that earthquake in Turkey, birth pains. Christ is coming. Get where you need to be. People are lying to you, blatantly lying in your face. And the Most High got scriptures telling you that this is what they're doing. Telling you to buy food, hunker down, sit in Babylon, act like portals is coming. Brothers and sisters, wake up. Wake up. Get out of Babylon, brothers and sisters. Get out. Get out. And I pray you hear me. I'm sorry for all the confusion just now. I mean, that was nothing but that ain't nothing but Satan trying to stop this from coming. Y'all need to get this information. What was will be. They are doing it again. Matthew 24 lines up directly with the book of Josephus, chapter 6. Directly with the false prophets, many will deceive you. Possibly the elect will be deceived. People who know they are Israel still tattering around Babylon, thinking that they could sit there like the Most High is going to open up some portals. He will open up portals, but it won't be in Babylon. If you don't come out of Babylon, you will not make it. And they know that. So they sit in you still. Get out. And I pray you like and share this video. I'm sorry for all this, that went on with it, because that ain't, unbelievable. But y'all need to get that information. The war of the Jews. We are in war, brothers and sisters. We're in the midst of a war. And it's serious. They're not playing with you. They're not playing with Israel. Save your soul. Save the soul of your children. And so I know a lot of sisters, y'all need to hear this, because you have the responsibility of your children. These are the future. They trying to stop y'all by patronizing the women and trying to act like, oh, your family, worry about your family, marriage. They trying to give you all of that so that you would sit still, stand pat, and wait on destruction, just like Josephus said in the book of Josephus. Using all these things, they're coming out with all the shots, brothers and sisters, making you feel guilty. When the Most High said, come out of her, my people. And if I don't bring it up, nobody is talking about it no more. They have been infiltrated. They have been taken down. There will be no portals coming out of Babylon. Sorry. There will be no ships, chariots, none of that. There's a decree in Babylon. Come out of her, my people. That's it. The Most High is not an author of confusion, and he's not going to come back on his word and tell you, oh, now there's some portals you can go through. No. There will be portals from the other parts of the earth. You must come out of Babylon. Praise the Yashaya. Let me see the rest of this. Thus also before the Jews' rebellion and before those commotions which preceded the war, when the people were come in great crowds to the feast of unleavened bread. Listen up, because they like to do a lot of stuff around our holy days. Remember that. but they were just getting signs and signs and signs, even amidst our holy days. So that's why I had to come before you, even though we in the feast of Purim. I had to still warn you, brothers and sisters. And sometimes I'll be quiet and I'll sit still for a couple of days, but the Most High be putting it on my spirit. You must speak to the children of Israel. You must warn them. You will not be with no excuse, brothers and sisters. You're going to know that the Most High told you. You're going to know. You're going to know. You're not going to be able to say, oh, you did not know. He's going to make sure, because he's making sure he put it on my spirit. Warn my people. Warn my people. Tell them what's coming. Get out of Babylon. Jordan is the safe place. Warn my people. This is what he's putting on my spirit. Warn my people. There's no reason for you to get destroyed in Babylon. You can make it. You must trust and you must believe. Get out, brothers and sisters. It was around our feast. It was like, okay, let me go back. Thus also before the Jews' rebellion and before those commotions which preceded the war, when people were come in great crowds to the feast of unleavened bread on the 8th day of the month, Xanthicus or Nisan. And at the 9th hour of the night, a great light shone around the altar and the holy house, that it appeared to be bright daytime, which lasted in half of an hour. This light seemed to be a good sign to it seemed to be a good sign to the unskillful, but was so interpreted by the sacred scribes as to portend those events that followed immediately upon it. So he gave another sign that the light came, a bright light came on in the daytime. It made it seem like it was daytime. It was actually at night. At the 9th hour of night. And it was a great light that shone at the altar and the house. And it was a sign. And the unskillful took it as a good sign. But the priests and the prophets, they knew that it was something coming. And it was a bad sign. And this is the type of stuff that the Most High is giving now. It's all kinds of signs, brother. Those wicked, demonic, Super Bowl events and the Grammys, all that should be signs. Your spirit should be, oh my gosh, are you spiritually dead that you do not see or do not, cannot grasp what time you're in? Excuse me, you got to be spiritually dead not to feel that something is very, very wrong. It goes on, and I gave y'all the link. Y'all can read the rest of the story. This is the gist of the information. We are in a time like no other time. We are in war, brothers and sisters. Get out of Babylon. They have taken down our people. The Most High called them false prophets. He just kept it plain. I'm trying to be nice about it and saying that it's a takedown. But these people they're not doing right by the children of Israel. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I don't know why that looks like that, but I'll stop sharing. Anyway, I hope you're able to get the gist of it. I gave a lot, and I'm sorry about the inconvenience again, but I just needed to let you know, brothers and sisters. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. I know your mama ain't raised no fool. You must be able to tell that when you read Christ's warning, that something is very, very wrong, brothers and sisters. So I just had to come and tell you. I had to show you in the book, The War of the Jews. You read it. You was reading right along with me, I pray. Yeah, I put the link for you to go read it for yourself. You should go buy to have these books anyway. Get out of Babylon. Jordan is the safe place. There is a place, brothers and sisters. Fast and pray. Ask the Most High to show you. We're going in to a new holy year. We're in the end of the 12th month. We're gonna go into the calendar, and I'll save it. But I'll just put it up for now, just so y'all can see it and talk about it briefly, because I'm going to be talking about this. I have to do it the other way. I'm going to be talking about this for the next couple of weeks until the first day of the year. So there's no you're not going to be able to act like you don't know. I mean, I got to do my part, I got to do it. I got to do what the Most High tells me to do. So you're not going to be able to say, let's see, you don't know about this. AHAYAH is making sure that you know. He had me make this. Calendar years ago, just for this time. He knew how important it was. He knew that there would be false prophets lying to you. Just like, listen, in the scriptures, it says they sought to change the times and laws. They specifically make sure that we're off one day on the calendar when it comes to El Drakar. He's putting the holy days in the wrong days so that you are not covered. When we go into these holy days, guys, hold on. Here we go. When we go into these holy days, that it's a sign between us and the Most High. And I went into those scriptures. You can watch some past videos. You must make sure that you're on the right holy days. Now, right here when you can see my pointer on the Shabbat. It says 4/31. The coming up in March, that first week is the last day of the Hebrew calendar. That 31 is the last day of the year. GOCC, they like to put the 1 right here at the corner at sundown, signifying the first day, but that's incorrect. And people try to make, oh no, it's just because it's the sundown, it's a new day. The 1 does not go in that corner there. The Sunday is the first day of the week, and it's also the first day of the Hebrew year. It's always on a Sunday. If you put the 1 in the corner there, it throws the whole calendar off one day. And you trusting these people, these elders, these so-called priests to do right by you. They're selling you a calendar that's off one day, which makes you uncovered by the Most High. You are no longer under the hedge of the protection because you're keeping the holy day a wicked day. And you're keeping a wicked day for a holy day. Even though it's a Saturday Sabbath, the next day, that is ordained by Noah as the first day that they came off of the ark on dry land. It's a high holy day. That first day is our Holy New Year. It's a double Sabbath. Saturday is a Sabbath normally, and the next day, Sunday, the first day is a high holy day. You must keep it as a Shabbat. It's our Sabbath day. They know this. So he puts the 1 in the corner there, and then you keep the next day and you don't honor it as a high holy day. Noah ordained that day as a high holy day. The eclairry days, there's 4 days in the year that are high holy days that Noah ordained coming off of the ark as feast days. Through AHAYAH, sanctioned it and okayed it. Those are high holy days. We're supposed to keep them as a Sabbath. When we keep our Sabbaths, the Most High protects us and, gives us, it's a sign between us and him that we are with him. He protects us. When you make a holy day, an abominable day, we are going against the Most High. It's period, point blank. The first day of the year of the Hebrew calendar is a high holy day, and it always falls on a Sunday. It's a double Sabbath, brothers and sisters. But when they change the calendar, switch the days, you will thinking it's a regular day. You will work on that day. You will do all the other things that you're not supposed to do on this, but it's a Sabbath. You must know your holy days. They are a sign between us and the Most High. The same thing, 14 days later comes the Passover. It's not on Friday. We are not to keep the Passover on Friday. Now, it's a Sabbath, and you can, have a Sabbath, but when you kill that lamb and pray to the Most High about being the Passover, it's on Saturday at even, at sundown Saturday, and it will go directly into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is also on a Sunday, a double Sabbath. Guys, it's very, very important that you know this calendar. You get into them books and you study. You have to do it. Do not let no man deceive you, just like Christ warned you. He said, don't let nobody just give you a calendar and you keep it as a holy day because you want to do it. Brothers and sisters, I'll reiterate it again, but I just wanted to show you again. A couple of videos back, I went full into it. We're coming up these next couple of weeks. I will make sure I will always go into these holy days coming up to the new year on, the first day of the year, so that you will know. Not the Sunday is the first day, and it's also the first day of the week, and it starts the first day of the year. It's simple. It's not that hard. Don't let nobody lie to you. That's why you're keeping the Feast of Purim off, a day off. That's why I'm here on the Feast of Purim on Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and GOCC Babylon kept it on Tuesday and Wednesday. One day off. He made an abominable day, Tuesday, as a holy feast day, and it's not. According to the scriptures, according to Enoch, he switched it. So you've been off. If you kept it on Tuesday and Wednesday, it's always on a Wednesday and a Thursday. Starting this March, you can make your own calendar. Don't depend on people. Christ warned you, let no man deceive you. And if this is foreign to you, if you're new in this truth, you may not understand what I'm talking about. We have our own calendar, brothers and sisters. They lied to us about these holidays we was keeping. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Easter. They lied. We have Passover, the Feast of Tabernacle, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Day of Atonement. We have, these are the Feast of Trumpets. We have that's ordained in the Bible. Read Leviticus 23. Read the book of Esther 10. Read the Maccabees. These books give us our holy feast days. Also in the pseudepigrapha, when Noah came off the boat, we were ordained 4 days in each season. Let me say this real quickly. In March, which is the first month, we don't give those names, but just so that you can understand. The first month is the holy, according to the Hebrew calendar. March is the first month, and that's coming up. We have our new year. When Noah came off the boat, the first month was he ordained as a holy day. The 4th month, which is in June. The 7th month, which is in September. And the 10th month, which is in December. Those 4 months, when we keep those, actually, if you look at the calendar right now, it sets the calendar back on the right course. The 1 through 7, the Sunday through Sabbath, 7 days. Those 4 months bring the calendar back in order. So they also have a very important significance. We need to keep these days because it also keeps us in line with the 364-day calendar. And I'll go more into that. But the first month, the 4th month, the 7th month, and the 10th month, that brings the calendar back into the right order from 1 to 7. As you see here, the 1 is on the Sunday, and then you go down to 7 is on the Shabbat. Every every 4 months that happens, and it brings the calendar back in order. The Most High is a brainiac. He is so smart, and he's good with numbers. So he knew that the calendar, everything had to go in order of 7s. And those 4 days that Noah ordained brings the calendar back to 1 through 7. And you'll see that once you start making your own calendars, you'll recognize that brings the calendar back in order. Those eclerary days, 4 eclerary days that Noah ordained as feast, those days bring our calendar back in order. I hope you can get me and understand me. So I know it's been a bit heavy, brothers and sisters, but heavy is good because the Most High is heavy. When you read that book, it's heavy, and we need to get into it. This thing, she said, "Good day, sis. I am from Holland. GOCC Jordan was first of GOCC USA." Well, that's, it depends on who you talk to, sis. What happened was, and it's a long story, so I don't want to go into it. They pinned Elder Ricard against me. He has become my enemy because I came here in Jordan. So they have this brother speaking against me because once they found out I was in Jordan. But I'm not against Elder Ricard. I have nothing against that brother. A fact of the only problem is he's not telling people that Jordan is the place. He has been taken down. I am from the U.S., but it wasn't until I came out of the U.S. So I was never a part of GOCC Babylon per se, but I was baptized by Elder Zah. He was one of the head elders in GOCC. So he baptized me. So I've been baptized under the church. I got baptized by Elder Zah in the Nile River in Egypt. But while I was in Babylon, I didn't know about GOCC. I had already left before I even saw a GOCC video. So it's a very complicated situation, sis. It was the Most High who sent me out. Most High made me leave before I even heard of the GOCC. And I didn't understand why I had to go. But now I understand why I had to go. He pushed me out, and I ended up going to Israel, and then I ended up in Jordan. But before I went to Jordan, I was in Egypt, and I met Elder Zah. Elder Ricard sent Elder Zah out to meet me. Okay? And once, I met them, Elder Zah baptized me in the church. So I was baptized through GOCC. Elder Ricard doesn't know that because he wasn't there. But Elder Ricard, Elder Zah is his elder and still is his elder. He baptized me there. And I've been baptized, and I probably never really even brought this up, maybe in one other video. But yes, I've been baptized in GOCC. But ever since I came out and said I was in Jordan, I became the enemy. And I didn't understand that. For a long time, I didn't know why they were coming against me. I was receiving death threats, all kind of menacing messages, all kind of wickedness, marriage proposals, trying to shut me up, not tell the people what I'm telling you today. And let me tell you, it was the Most High who gave me the understanding about the calendar. They wasn't even, GOCC at the time was keeping the holy days with the Khazars. Most High had me keep going to Elder Ricard and telling him about this calendar. The calendar. And he even spoke about it in one of his, who she thinks she is. She going to come and tell us about the year. It was me from the Most High coming to him about this calendar. And then finally he comes out with the secrets of the time. Okay, guys, I got to go. Praise Yashaya. I got to go. Because I'm getting too many distractions. Hold on. Shalom, sister. Can you hold on? Okay, guys, I give all glory and praise to AHAYAH. Sister, I hope that answered your question. I wasn't in Babylon. Most High directed me out even before GOCC was talking on the internet. They wasn't even on the internet yet. The Most High already sent me out. Okay, and then finally I contacted Elder Ricard when I was in Israel, and he sent Elder Zah to meet with me. And we met and we talked and we traveled together actually. And then we ended up separating again. And I came to Jordan and I started contacting them about Jordan and telling them, listen, y'all got to come here. There's a lot of information here. But once they found out I was in Jordan, there was a problem. And that's when all this started. And I started telling them about the calendar, because that's what the Most High told me. He told me about his calendar. And I came to Elder Carr about the calendar. Now, he made up some other story. There was some other guy who he got the information from. They don't want to admit that it came from a woman. They don't want to admit that, you know. But that's their problem. Praise AHAYAH Bahashim Yashaya. You got the truth. And I pray you take heed. You get within the borders. Jordan is the safe place. I'm going to bid you a higher speed, brothers and sisters. I'm going to go. I'll play a little music. I say bless you all. Praise AHAYAH. He's merciful. And he wants you guys to know the truth. Take heed to what I'm saying, because it's in the scriptures. I'm not saying nothing that's not there. There's nothing new under the sun. What was will be. There were false prophets back then, and there are false prophets now, keeping you still, waiting for destruction. And he's only going to protect those within his borders. That's his word. And don't let no one deceive you. Shalom. Mwah.
My skin is black. My body is burned. I survived Babylon. I am a daughter of Zion. Daughters of Zion, like diamonds and pearls, far above rubies and precious jewels. Crown on my head, 'cause we're brought with a price. We are the daughters of Zion. Don't you know I'm brought with the price? 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 You can stop calling me princess. Not because I'm wearing a crown, not because of what you see. It's the royalty in me. He's running through my blood. He's running through my blood. 'Cause he is the king of us all. Daughters of Zion, like diamonds and pearls, far above rubies and precious jewels. Crown on my head, 'cause we're brought with a price. We are the daughters of Zion. Don't you know I'm brought with the price? Don't you know I'm brought with the price? The royal blood that he shed. Don't you know I'm brought with the price? Ultimate sacrifice. Don't you know I'm brought with the price? Ooh, gave his life. Took away all my judgments. Cast away my enemies. Set the path before me. There'll be no sin in thee. The curses of Babylon's gone. My eyes are set upon Zion. Daughters of Zion, like diamonds and pearls, far above rubies and precious jewels. Crown on my head, 'cause we're brought with a price. We are the daughters of Zion. Don't you know I'm brought with the price? Don't you know I'm brought with the price? Royal blood that he shed. Don't you know I'm brought with the price? Ultimate sacrifice. Don't you know I'm brought with the price? Gave life, yeah. Now that I changed, what you gonna say? You can't accuse me the same way, huh? It's the difference of night and day. I'ma stand with the righteous then we gonna pray. 144, one kick in the door done. Who will endure to the end? You're the real one. This is for real, son. No mass I feel, hun. Yashaya coming for the kingdom, yes, the war is won. So examine me higher and reprove me. Try my reins in my heart and you will see. For your love and your kindness before me. I don't sit with evildoers or will I be, but I will walk in your laws and integrity. And rebuke any sin that you find of me. Why don't you try me, prove me, find me. Worthy of the kingdom, find me, favorite highly, circumcise me. If you chastise me, rebuke me kindly. Daughters of Zion, trying sin so thick that she been crying. Trying to hide it, started backsliding. Get yourself together, cause I tried to deny it. You can repent too, that's what you gotta do. Eat the apple, but you put the past behind you. Eat the apple, but you put the past behind you.
Daughters of Zion, like diamonds and pearls, far above rubies and precious jewels. Crown on my head, 'cause we're brought with a price. We are the daughters of Zion. Don't you know I'm brought with a price? Don't you know I'm brought with a price? Don't you know I'm brought with a price? Don't you know I'm brought with the 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 price?
Thus saith AHAYAH, this is my daughter, in whom I'm well pleased. If you have a problem with her, you have a problem with me.
So you think you're holy? Come and stand on holy ground. It's in your mind you're only holy. Let AHAYAH be the judge of what's holy and abound. You said you come to get to know me. You said you're standing for the cause. You said you're here because you're righteous, but your right is always wrong. Now AHAYAH hit the pause. Repent, you holy ones. Repent, AHAYAH sees all. Repent, you holy ones. Repent, AHAYAH sees all. Now you're saying that you're holy, but your deeds are saying no. Cause when you come into the Holy Land, bones are falling out your pocket and your sins start to show. You say you got the Holy Spirit, and Kama is her name. You say you're following the Most High, but you don't know where you're going now. Kana is to blame.
Excuse me. In all subjection, the holy ones, that scripture don't mean you holy, right? Yeah. That scripture don't mean that. You holy. Come on. Yeah.
Tell me.
We're the righteous ones. Yeah.
How holy you are.
Chandra Sentence.
Tell me.
AKA Kana. Come on.
Get to the holy place.
It's Polly.
Get to the holy place. The holy ones. Get to the holy place. AHAYAH is the judge. Get to the holy place. The holy ones. Don't come stand in my face. Telling me how holy you are.
Yeah.
Get to the holy place. AHAYAH What's a woman gonna do? Yeah. He told me. He said he'd give me those holy days. Tell me, baby. The correct calendar. If I said yes. It's poly hustle. What I'm do? Hustling for the most high. What's a woman gonna do? Poly hustle. AKA Chandra Simmons. Connor, the holy ones. I got my shoes on. You holy, right? I'm standing on holy ground. Tell me. How holy you are. That's what he told me. Tell me. This is how we got them holy days. Let's go. Come on. Tell me. Yeah, probably hustle. How holy you are. Tell me. Probably hustle. How holy you are. We're going to the holy mountain. You ready? You know where you're going, right? Chandra Simmons. Come on. Tell me. Put down the old girl. How holy you are. That old girl is gone. It's kind of. Hey. Tell me how holy you are. The holy one. You holy, right? You know it is. You holy one. How holy you are. A higher season. You holy ones. Repent. A higher season. Repent. You holy ones. Repent. Yeah. A higher. By faith, something's hard. By faith, with the evidence, something's not yet seen. By faith, here I go again. I keep fighting myself, wondering what should I do. I'm contemplating, but never acting on it. Faith without works is dead. I wanna be counted in your righteousness. Keep your eyes on me higher. I'm trying hard to renew my faith. I'm chasing after you. There are pieces of me struggling with my faith. It's impossible with no faith to please you. I'm trying to please you. Then sometimes I tell myself, girl, it's okay, but I'm fighting to get back to you. By faith, an excellent sacrifice. By faith, Enoch on no death. By faith, Abraham was counted for his righteousness. By faith, and you were moved with them. I go back and forth. I keep fighting myself, going round and round in circles. Increase my favor, pour you into me. Your love and kindness and mercy. Yeah. I gotta stay grounded. I gotta stay in your word. Wrap your arms around me higher. I'm keeping your laws. It's your voice I heard, but my vision is blurred. Oh, pieces of me, my I'm struggling with my faith. It's impossible with no faith to please. I gotta please you, Father. Sometimes I tell myself, girl, but it's not okay, 'cause I'm fighting to get back to you. By faith, able get his sacrifice. By faith, Enoch, his son, no death. By faith, Abraham was counted for his righteousness. By faith, Noah built the ark, but he moved with faith. Teach me how to be. Show me how to be righteous. Teach me, show me. I wanna be like Yashaya. Teach me, show me how to be perfect in your sight. Teach me, AHAYAH, show me. Praise AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya. And all gave his sacrifice. Yes, he did. By faith, Enoch, his son, no death. By faith, Abraham, he was counted for his righteousness. By faith, Noah built an ark, but he moved with faith. Abel gave us excellent sacrifice. Noah, no death. Abraham, he was counted as a friend. He was counted for his righteousness. I wanna be like Yashaya. Never really thought you'd answer. I never ever thought you heard me crying. Listen to all the questions, and one by one, you gave me a reply. You took your time with me, communicated the way I'd understand, stood right beside me. Never let go, like holding on my hand. When I pray to you, AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya. AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya. I pray to you, AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya. AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya. You kept all your promises. Everything you showed me came to pass. You taught me how to trust in you. mistake. I forsake everything I have, but now I'm a hate. The prayers of the righteous, they avail as much. 44, please stand and throw your prayers up. Faithful witness, a higher witness, righteousness. Keep it all laws and commandments. High is my rock, my stop, mascot, my block. Yeah, I hire you the woman, that's right, don't mock, just stop. I think you forgot that everything I hire do will cause you shock. And Yashaya's right on your right side.